So I just want to say that that we honor you. We sowed a small seed just into my dad's life. You know, for years, he was here Sunday early, setting up the kids' room with no little kids in there. We got little kids, we're not setting it up. Some of y'all want little kids, y'all not setting it up. For years, he was here. And I say to you that I love you and I appreciate you and I honor you.
Thank you.
And so I want him to share, he has a nugget for us. I asked him, I was like, Dad, look, imagine if you would never see this church again, right? What would you say to us? Like, what would be your closing remarks? And I say that because the truth is that tomorrow is not promised. And that you have to make the most of every opportunity that God has given you. And one of the things you'll notice, some of you have already went through this, some of you haven't went through this yet, but your closing remarks to someone who's getting ready to die, or you're getting ready to die, the last things that come out, I remember I was with Pastor David and his father in the hospital, and his father was praying to die. He said, I can't wait to see Jesus' face.
Mm.
So I was like, Dad, like the essence of what you want to say to us, what would it be?
You got me.
You need to hold this too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was going to say, wow. I mean, just to be in the presence of the Lord tonight and have my two sons here, like, was mind-blowing for me. It just, it really touched my heart. So anyway, the other night, we're sitting at the table eating, and he hits me with this, what would you say? And I was like, oh my God. So now, you know, we're eating, we're cleaning up, but the spirit of fear tried to jump on me right away, try to penetrate, because when he said that, I thought, oh, did God speak to him and say something? Like, am I going? Like, is this it? So I really got nervous. So after we got done cleaning up, I went in the bedroom, I sat on my bed, and I asked the Lord, well, I mean, is this it? did you tell him something you didn't tell me? So then the Lord dropped something in my spirit, and he knows me really well. He didn't give me much time with this, because he knows if he would have told me a week before, I would have been thinking this thing through, and like, you know, so I should say my sons, they know me well. But anyway, they should. But so anyway, I was sitting on the bed, and I was asking the Lord, you know, I said, Lord, is this it? And he said, no. He said, this is just the beginning. He says, and then the word that he dropped in my spirit was kingdom. And I went, kingdom? What do you mean, Lord? What do you mean, kingdom? He said, yeah. He said, you're a kingdom kid. He said, you're all about the kingdom. He says, where you go to church, they're kingdom kids. Wherever we go, we're part of the kingdom. We're part of the big family. It's not my church, your church. It's God's church, and we're all part of it. We're all part of that church. So, you know, then as I was starting to understand what, you know, the Lord was telling me, I felt that, you know, I felt like we're all hooked up in the spirit. And even though, like, I'm not here, but you're in my heart. You're in my heart. And you're part of what I do. I'm part of what you do. We're all together in this thing. And the only thing that I could say is finish the race. Finish the race. If God put you here, then finish the job. And then when you're finished and you're diligent, then the Lord will let you know what else he has for you to do. Because, like, this is a place where you could learn, you could grow. I mean, when I was young, when we first got saved, me and my late wife, you know, we sat in a church. You could sit in a church for years and never grow, or grow slowly, and never really get into what your ministry is, because you're just not taught, or you don't have the freedom or they don't have the mentality to do that. I mean, we were very grateful where we got saved, where I went to church, because Pastor Jason and Gail Alvarez, Love of Jesus Church, we were there for 14 years. We stayed where the Lord planted us. And that's my word to you, is stay where you're planted. Ask God, Lord, what do you want me to do? Let him deal with you. Get rid of the baggage. We all had baggage. God had to take me 3,000 miles when I took my son up to missionary school, when he first started going to missionary school. He took me 3,000 miles to make me a son. He said, you're an orphan. You have an orphan spirit. I went, I do? He said, yeah, you have an orphan spirit. And he took me 3,000 miles. And I prayed that when I got off the plane, that my late wife would know that there's a change in my spirit, a change in me. And she turned around and told me, there's something different about you. And she gave me a confirmation of what I prayed for. So that's all I could say, is that get rid of the junk, stay close to the Lord, stay planted, and be part of the kingdom. And that's it. Thank you. Thanks a lot, guys.